and welcome back to another video. This week we are back to the foodie taste test type videos, and I'm going to be taste testing things from the bakery section in M&S. As always, I will be tasting everything, giving them a little review and also giving them a rating out of 10 as well. But before we get into the video, I thought it was worth mentioning that the M&S that I went to had a very small bakery section. Obviously, if I'd known that before, I would have gone to a different M&S. But that meant that they didn't have that much on offer, and it was very kind of limited what they had. And I would imagine like some bigger M&S shops will have a lot more than this in their bakery section. So yeah, I didn't quite manage to get as much stuff as I wanted, but everything that I did pick up looks really nice and I'm excited to give it a go. There was a few things that they did have that I didn't pick up, just because I knew straight away that I wasn't going to like them. So they had, what did I not pick up? They had pan au raisin, they had an apricot tart, they had a coffee and walnut swirl, an apple turnover, and I think there was something else as well, but I can't quite remember. But yeah, I just kind of knew straight away that I wasn't going to like those things, so I thought it would be a waste to pick them up. But they did have them there, so I thought that was worth mentioning as well. So I've got a pile of stuff sitting next to me and it all smells really good, so let's get stuck in. Okay, we're going to start with this since it's on the top of my pile. We have got a Portuguese custard tart. I think it's literally just pastry filled with like a solid kind of custard. I don't think I've ever had one before actually, so yeah, I'm interested to see what it's going to be like. That is really nice. So this is what it's like in the middle. As you can see, it's like a solid custard. It's not runny at all. I think it's called like crème pâte, that stuff. That's what they say on Bake Off anyways. But yeah, that's really nice. The pastry is really like crispy and flaky and buttery as well. And then that filling, I feel like, is just the right amount of sweetness. Like, it's not too sweet where it's sickly, but you do get like that little sweet taste in there. And yeah, I really like that. It does kind of mess with my brain though, because the type of pastry that it is reminds me of like savoury, like sausage rolls, like chicken pies, stuff like that. So when you bite into it and get the texture of the pastry, in my head it should be savoury, but it's not. So that does kind of like mess with me a little bit, but overall I really like that. I would definitely get that again, 100%. Rating out of 10, I might go with 7. Because I feel like it is really nice and tastes really good, and it's just like a nice little sweet snack. But I do feel like there's other things that I picked up that I'm going to like a little bit better. So I'm going to save the higher scores for those. 7 out of 10 for the custard tart. Okay, we've got another pastry item next. So we have got a pan au chocolat. These are actually a lot bigger, I think, than what you get in some other places. So they're, yeah, a really nice size. They've obviously got chocolate in the middle and they've got like flaky pastry. Normally with these, I'm not like a massive fan of the chocolate that they put in. So it'll be interesting to see what this is like, but it's crumbling like everywhere. Definitely gonna have to hoover after this video. So this is what it's like inside. Really nice flaky pastry on this one. There isn't that much chocolate. I mean, personally, I would prefer a little bit more because I do have quite a sweet tooth. But I mean, overall it is really nice. The chocolate, it is that same sort of chocolate that I was saying that I don't really like. It's kind of got like a little bit of bitterness to it. I feel like they just need to fill them with like Nutella or dairy milk or something, and that would be like right up my street. But I mean, it is still really nice. Again, the pastry is really flaky, nice and crispy. It's definitely one of the better pan au chocolats I've tasted. The chocolate isn't as bitter as like some other ones that I've tasted, but it is still got like that little bit of a bitter kick. Yeah, I really like it, and it's obviously like a really nice size as well, nice and chunky. I think I'm gonna rate it 7 as well. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for the pan au chocolat. I am gonna try a cookie next. So we have got a triple chocolate cookie. We did also have like a milk chocolate chip cookie as well, but I didn't pick that one up because I have tried the milk chocolate cookies from M&S before. Me and Scott did a video where we tried like loads of different cookies from different supermarkets. So yeah, If you want to hear my thoughts on the milk chocolate cookie, watch that video, I'll link it below. So I didn't see the point in picking it up since I've already tried it. If the milk chocolate cookie is anything to go by, then this is going to be really good. You've got the chocolate dough, you've got white chocolate and milk chocolate in the middle, and it is quite like a chunky cookie, which I really like. So we've got a nice little inside shot there, nice and thick in the middle. So that is really nice. Again, I think I do prefer the milk chocolate cookie that M&S does, but that is really nice. It has got that little bit of crunch on the outside, nice and soft in the inside. It is quite sweet, obviously it is a lot of chocolate, but it's not sickly to the stage where like you couldn't eat the whole thing. I would probably say it has been my favourite so far, so I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I feel like M&S do cookies really well, so yeah, 8 out of 10 for the triple chocolate cookie. Next I'm gonna try one of these, which I am really excited for. So we have got a milk and cookies yum nut. I think M&S are probably like one of the only places that does these. I could be wrong, so I'm not entirely sure, but I feel like M&S are like one of the only places that does them. So it's basically a yum yum combined with a donut. It's the same sort of dough as a yum yum, but it's in the shape of a donut. So this is the milk and cookies flavour. You've got icing on the top, you've got a couple of little cookies there, and then as you can see, it's that sort of like thick iced dough that you get in a yum yum. I love donuts and I do quite like a yum yum, so I mean this should be really good. We'll try one of the little cookies on the top as well. So this is what it looks like in the middle. Exactly the same as a yum yum looks. It tastes exactly how you would expect. I mean, it is basically just like a yum yum with some icing on the top, but it's really good. It is definitely on the sweeter side, so if you're not into like really sweet things, then that one's probably not going to be for you, but I personally really like it. It's nice and like moist as well. I think it has obviously got quite a lot of icing on it, so that kind of stops it from being dry. It tastes really good. The cookies on the top are nice as well, just kind of adds that little bit something extra. That definitely lived up to the expectation. It does taste really good, and it's definitely something that I would pick up again 100%. So I'm gonna rate that one 8.5, highest so far. That's like right up my street. Back to the pastries now. We have got, so this was down as a hazelnut and almond croissant, but it doesn't really look like a croissant to me. It looks nutty. It's definitely got nuts on it, and some form of pastry. So yeah, that's what it looks like. I do really like nuts, and yeah, I think this is going to be quite good. So there is marzipan in the middle, which I wasn't aware of. I don't really like marzipan. Yeah, definitely not my favourite. Before you hit that marzipan sort of centre, it is quite dry. The first bite that I took out of it, I didn't get any of the marzipan and it just felt really dry. So yeah, definitely not a fan of that one. Obviously it is just kind of down to personal taste and personal preference, but I do also think, like I said, it is a little bit dry. I feel like even if it didn't have that marzipan in it, I still wouldn't be that much of a fan. I'm probably gonna rate it 4 out of 10. Next up we have got a donut. So this is just your standard donut, it's not a yum nut. So it's just like a classic iced donut, and I've got the pink one. All of the icing is falling off. Yeah, it says on the side that it is strawberry flavoured icing. It is quite a small donut. It's all about the taste, isn't it? So let's see. I don't think it's anything special at all. It doesn't really have that much flavour, and it is quite dry as well. I think compared to the yum nut, which is like got a lot of moisture to it, it's just not like that great. I mean, it doesn't taste bad. I don't know if it maybe just needs like a little bit more icing, or I'm not sure, but yeah, I am quite disappointed by that. I feel like if you're wanting like some sort of donut and you're going to M&S, get a yum nut over the donut, because the yum nuts are so much better. I think I might rate that a 4 as well actually, because yeah, when I compare it to like the other donuts that I've had previously, it just doesn't do anything for me whatsoever. And yeah, the Yum Nuts are way better. So 4 out of 10 for the iced donut. Okay, next thing I am actually quite intrigued by. I've obviously seen this thing before, but not in this form. So we have got a cinnamon roll. Normally, like cinnamon rolls or cinnamon buns are like flat, and this is kind of like a muffin type thing. So I'm really interested by this. Let's take it out of the, will it come out? Oh yeah, here we go. So yeah, it's definitely more of like a muffin type cinnamon roll, and then that's what it looks like on the top, and on the bottom you can actually see the cinnamon swirl. So yeah, I'm really excited to give this a go. I don't even know how to go about eating it. Oh wow, there is a lot of cinnamon in that. That is really nice, and I'm actually really surprised at how much cinnamon is in there. I just didn't know what to expect from it, but it's really nice and crispy on the top and like really flaky as well. And then once you get like into the center, it's quite gooey with that cinnamon, and the little like ice and sugar on the top just helps to sweeten it up a little bit. Yeah, I really like that, and I feel like I'm pleasantly surprised. Cinnamon for me like isn't one of my favorite flavors. Like I can eat it and can sometimes quite enjoy it, but I feel like this isn't too overpowering, and you can definitely tell that it's cinnamon, but it's like a very sweet kind of subtle cinnamon, if that makes sense. Even though there is a lot of it, like I still feel like I could eat this whole thing, whereas normally with like anything cinnamon I can just have a little bit and that's it. But yeah, I really like that actually. What am I gonna rate it? I might go with a 7 again actually, because yeah, it's not my favourite thing, but it is a lot nicer than what I was expecting, and yeah, there's a lot of like cinnamon in there, which is always a good thing. So yeah, 7 out of 10 for the little cinnamon roll muffin swirl thing. Okay, we have got 2 things left. So second last thing, I am gonna go for a muffin. So what is this? So it's a chocolate muffin with chocolate flavoured filling topped with chocolate icing and chocolate chunks. So it's definitely a lot of chocolate in this one. So this is what it looks like. Looks pretty good. They did also have a space on the shelf for sticky toffee muffins as well, but they didn't have any left, which I was so annoyed about because I would love to have tried the sticky toffee one as well. I feel like the top part of a muffin is always the best, isn't it? So let's see. It is nice. I mean, it's a chocolate muffin. I feel like you can't really go wrong with a chocolate muffin. But it says on the box that there is a chocolate filling, and I am definitely like halfway into the muffin and I am yet to come across any chocolate filling. Let's kind of try and break it up a little bit and see if we can find it. So the chocolate filling is right at the top. You see it kind of on the side there, but there doesn't look like there's much of it at all. Let's have a little taste. Yeah, so that's kind of all you're getting for your chocolate filling, which it's definitely on the stingy side if you ask me. And I feel like the muffin itself would be a lot better if you had more chocolate filling in there, because until I found that chocolate filling, the muffin itself was like a little bit dry. I mean, it's just kind of sponge at the end of the day, isn't it, without any icing, without any filling. So it was kind of dry on the first few bites, but once you hit the chocolate filling, it does obviously kind of make it that little bit juicier and kind of add something extra to it. It needs more filling because 1, it took me ages to find it, and 2, when I finally found it, there was literally like a tiny little bit. So yeah, needs more filling on the muffin. But I mean, the taste and stuff, it does taste nice, but it is just like a little bit on the dry side. I'm probably gonna give it like 5 out of 10. I feel like it definitely has the potential to be good, but it just needs more filling. Just needs more filling. So 5 out of 10 for the chocolate muffin. And then on to the last thing. I have picked up a second Yum Nut in a different flavour. I've saved this one till last because that first one was really good, so I feel like we're going to be finishing off on something good with this. So it's the same sort of idea. It's a yum yum shaped like a donut, but this time we have got the raspberry royale. So it's got raspberry icing on the top and freeze-dried raspberries as well. So this is what it looks like. Looks really good, and there's a lot of glaze like on the actual yum nut this time as well. I feel like this is going to be really, really good. I'm excited to try it. That is really nice. Oh my god. That's what the inside looks like. This tastes pretty much like exactly the same as that first one, but better, because that raspberry icing on the top is just like, it's perfect. It is still really, really sweet, but it's kind of got that little bit of a like zesty kick, I guess, because of the raspberry. Like it's kind of a little bit, I don't want to say bitter because it's not bitter, but do you know what I mean? Like when you've got like a little bit of fruit in there, it kind of just like makes it a bit more refreshing. And then the freeze-dried raspberries do add that little bit of a crunch as well. I absolutely love that. That is honestly so nice. It does taste very, very similar to a jam donut for me, just without the jam, because you're getting the jam flavour from the icing. But I absolutely love that. That is really, really good, and I would definitely say that I have saved the best thing till last. I love this. They do quite a lot of flavours of these, and these were just the only two that they had. They had a space on the shelf for a chocolate orange one, which I think could be amazing, and a billionaires one as well. They were the only 4 flavours that the M&S that I went to did, but I think they've got loads of different ones on top of that as well. But yeah, I would definitely, if you've not tried these yum nuts, you definitely need to take a trip to M&S and get one, because they are really, really good. Rating wise, what did I rate that first one? Was it an 8? Because this needs to be higher than that first one. So I think, I can't remember what I rated it, so I'm gonna go safe, and this is a 9, because I know that I definitely didn't rate that first one a 9. So yeah, 9 out of 10 for the raspberry yum nut. That is definitely my favourite thing that I've tried from the video, and it's definitely something that I would pick up again 100%. So yeah, 9 out of 10 for the raspberry yum nut. And that is everything that I picked up to try. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I wasn't able to get as much stuff as I had expected, but I still feel like I got quite a good variety, quite a few different things, and it is always nice to try something new as well. A lot of things I have been quite pleasantly surprised with in this video, few things a little bit disappointed with, so it's definitely quite a mixed review. There are some really, really good things, and then on the other side there are some things that I don't like. If I was to pick a top 3, I would probably say, obviously the 2 yum nuts are at the top, and then 3rd place I would say the triple chocolate cookie. I really like that. And then on the bottom side of the scale, I would say the almond and hazelnut croissant. That's just not my cup of tea. The chocolate muffin and the ring donut as well. They were just kind of not really worth buying in my opinion. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.